Here it is, 6:30. My goodness gracious, that's Western time. Eastern time back east is 9:30. This old man's in bed by 9:30. Look at this, by 9:30 at this time. But hi guys, I'm sorry I didn't get on at 2 o'clock. Really, it does get me upset with me. Oh, hold on a second. I left the door open. I'm so sorry. I did it again. As you can see, Pop Gary is kind of a space cadet, especially lately. Um, we
Sit down, Petey.
the dementia lady is, like I told you guys before, this is my fourth one. And I told my wife, please don't get dementia. I don't think I can take a fifth one. I pray, Jesus, please, please, please help me with this one. She's getting two, Pop Gary, and I don't know if any of you ever had a family member or a friend with dementia or Alzheimer's. It's not an enjoyment, and I've had friends that have died of cancer. I've had cancer. My grandson had cancer. My brother had cystic fibrosis. Every one of them will say to you, dementia and Alzheimer's is the worst disease there is. Uh, Not for the person that has it. It's unfortunately us. It's for us. It's really a hard thing to do. And I'm normally, my Lord gives me a good push up, but remember, these are the last days, and the devil is pounding on me with everything he's got. Guess what? He's not going to win. My Lord reigns. My Lord, your Lord reigns in our lives. He can punch me, but he can't kill me. He can hurt me, but he can't kill me. So I'm just saying, if you got a moment, I'd sure appreciate a little shout up there to Jesus and say, hey, could you help Pop Gary? Because I'm not perfect either. But enough of that. I listened to a couple of people that I've never listened to. And I told you guys, when I hear somebody that excites me, wow, it just, some of the people that I listen to have some of the most fantastic scriptures. Not only do they have the good scriptures, they articulate on them. And I'm going to think tomorrow morning I'm going to get online and talk to you about three of those scriptures. Really good. I mean, at least good. I like them. They're just kind of a pow pazoom in the old face. It really hits home. It makes you understand. I don't get it why I have struggled for a few years about, is it getting near the end? Well, actually, more than that. Maybe till 4 years
Hey,
ago
Petey.
when Tom started. He actually kind of sparked this old guy to start realizing, wow, we are close. Like Tommy, I say, I don't know the date. Sorry, I didn't mean to call you Tommy, Tom. I don't know the day or the hour, but I do know if you literally read, and I've said it 1,000 times, I'm sure I bore you to tears with it. Matthew 24, the entire chapter. Luke 21, the entire chapter. And look, take a peek at Mark 13. And the only reason it excites me about that is this is what Jesus told his apostles. That's to me is the most exciting thing I could ever tell you. Because he tells all of them it's like birth pains. We've talked about it. I don't want to keep repeating myself, even though I do. But it's really, really good scripture. Good. I keep raising this thing up because I'm trying to tilt back and talk to you like this. But we have a tendency, all of us. I might be wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, but we all have. There's times in our lives, there's times in our day, we just get smacked with something and you gotta pick yourself back up. And it's been that way the last week or two. Every time I get up and I say, yes, we're gonna beat it. Bam, right in the kisser. And so she's just been the toughest one of the bunch. I pray for her. I pray with all my heart, body, and soul. Now, of course, she got that dementia. She saw it. I said, do you think, we were just talking. I was reading some scripture. She said, well, I'm going to go to heaven. And I said, like I would always do to anybody, why do you think you're going to go to heaven? Now, she's 71 years old now. She was probably 65. Well, I'm a good girl. And I looked at her and says, gee, hell's going to be lined with good people. And I don't mean to say it disrespectful, but, and the gal's name, and I said, but that isn't what cuts it. So she asked me, oh, you say, you know me. She asked, I'm going to tell her.
Lay down, Petey.
So Karen, please, honey, Karen. She's busy talking to our doggy. Lay down when I get a picture of Petey and show you Petey. He's a factor. So what I said to her, as I said, Jesus Christ is the only ticket to heaven. She said, I don't understand why. And so I read scripture to her. And I thought I threw the bait out. I thought I hooked her. But when I got all said and done, after spending not a lot of time, because she has not a lot of patience. She's always been kind of a stinker. My wife and I, when we first met her, we saw evil in her. But she kind of got angry with me and says, well, I don't believe that way, so don't quit talking about it. I said, okay. And how I ended it, and I mean, if anybody's got a better way, let me know. I just said, you know what? I will pray for you. My wife and I will pray for you every night. And you know what she said to us? That's not necessary. It's okay. I didn't get mad. I did not get mad. I just said, well, if you don't mind, I'm still going to pray for you. So she looked at me and she saw I was serious. So she said, well, thank you. Good enough for me. Thank you. Now, that was when she was 65, before she got deep-seated into dementia, 65 to 70. Of course, Pop Gary's not going to stop talking. Every spare moment I got, I tried to talk to her about it. And it got to where it bothered her. It really bothered her. She says, I really, not my favorite subject. And by the way, she was quite a bad potty mouth. Bad mouth, cussed a lot. And I used to say nicely, so nicely, I'd say, you know, it'd be nice if you just not use that filthy language around me. She's used it so much in her life, she just casually said 3 or 4 cuss words saying, I said, there you go again. I didn't cuss. See, that's a good thing. Thank you, Holy Spirit. Cussing. You know, it can become a habit. And I told you I have 2 grandchildren that, oh my goodness, they got potty mouths. And they honestly don't know that they're cussing. And of course, when they're around me, I don't stop because they're my grandchildren. They're not like my friend's wife. They are my grandchildren. And I tell them, yes, you are. I wish I'd had a recorder. I guess they're on a phone. See, I got a phone. I don't know how to use it. I use it to call people. I don't have a lot of people to call, but I use it to call doctors and stuff like that. Make appointments for my wife and I. Past that, I have a clue. I had people wanting to teach me how to text. I said, those thumbs, they don't text. I can type, but I can't text. Plus, I don't want to. I want to talk to you and anybody else as much as I can with my voice. Don't know if it sounds good, don't know if it sounds bad, but I would rather talk to you. Quite frankly, I'd rather talk to you eye to eye. I'm not one that likes to sit down and type up on this thing right here. It's just not me. My daughter's friend told me you need to go get yourself an Apple phone. They do this, they do that, they do this. I don't care about an Apple phone. I mean, when I was in business, don't get me wrong, I knew phones. But as the season grew, just before I retired, my son-in-law was my partner, and he says a lot of my contracts that I've gotten, they get mad at you, Pop, because you don't text. I said, well, you better tell them I don't text, and if they want to talk to me on a text, then they need to go to another shop. That's how serious I was. I just, sorry, I don't. I want to talk to you in person so I can explain it to you in person. And I see that all the time, and I know you guys do too. And the airports. My guns go to a restaurant. In fact, I was in a restaurant one time, and we'd gone on vacation. We went to Palm Springs, and these restaurants. I said, "Where's the menu?" Oh, we just put it on your phone, and you just look at our menu. Oh, well, then do I need to eat somewhere else? I don't know how to do it, nor do I want to. I came here to eat because I heard you had good food. Well, nicely, they were nice. They were very polite. Oh, we'll get you a recipe. So they brought me a menu. I said, thank you so much. But I'm going, what the heck's going on with this world? I tell my wife, I lean in. God, why do you got to use a phone to order a meal? They normally have a nice menu. You look at that menu and then you order from that menu. Or you ask the waitress or the waiter, what's the best in the house? They tell you. That doesn't mean I like that. But no, I certainly want to hear because each restaurant is set up to make a specialty of some sort. So I ask, but it just killed me when they said you just set your phone, see that little rack in the center of the table. No, thank you. Oh, then talking about, I don't know why I'm on this subject with cell phones. I have gone to McDonald's my whole life. I've gone to go get pizza my whole life. I've gone to go stop and get a quick lunch at Taco Bell. Well, when you go inside, there's a computer screen that you go over and order your stuff. And so I didn't know that. Here I am, dummy pop. I'm at McDonald's. I'm standing at this counter where they hand out the food, and I stood there for, I'm not kidding, a good 10 minutes. And this guy comes up, he's a customer, and he comes and says, hey, sir, yeah? They take the order over now. There's a box over there. What? Where's the people that take your orders? They don't exist anymore. Of course, put dinosaur on my name. I said, you have got to be kidding me. So I'm not joking, guys. I went over. I looked at the thing. I didn't know how to use it. Luckily, my great grandchild, my great grandson, who was about 8 years old, he says, Bob, why aren't you ordered yet? I don't know how. And he goes, oh, and he gets over there and just starts whipping it on the screen. I go, okay. Old Pop must probably retire from the McDonald's and all the restaurants because I'm not going to change. I'll eat at home. I make better food anyway. I don't know why I got in that subject, but the point is, that's what's happening in society. Everything is turning to faster and faster and faster. You guys remember when they first had the AMT card? I had a credit card because I had a line of credit for business, but an AMT card, I had one of those. Well, cash was king. So I always paid for it. I always had plenty of money in my wallet. And the way I was taught from my mother, if you don't have money, you don't go out. So it made sense. Well, all of a sudden, this ATM zinger, which I don't even like those, I've got one because it's the only way banking does the business. I don't like them. But you know what? It's what's happening in this daggone society. Here I'm on this subject because just trying to explain now. Now I got on the subject, I understand why. You can talk to your refrigerators. I don't have one like that. Mine's an old refrigerator. You can talk to them and they tell you stuff. I mean, you got to be kidding me. You need to leave a message with one of your kids. You just tell the refrigerator. I don't want to talk into a big old box. I just want to talk to people. Maybe that's why I got online because I know I'm not listening to nobody's online. I know how to at least look up in that corner over there to see if people are online, but right now nobody's online, so I'm really not talking to anybody. But I do know that Elizabeth and Gail and other people do get online to listen to this old man, and I thank God for him because it makes my day. I'm nobody special. I will be the first to tell you, but I sure like talking. And of course, my favorite subject, Jesus. I guess why the Holy Spirit led me on that is because of the beast system. The beast system. I read Revelations so many times, but as I begin to read it again and again, I, by the way, haven't got to get into it now for, I told you, I believe 2 weeks ago, I was going to watch and read, study Revelation again. I have yet to get on the computer. It's just chaos, chaos. I love when I can be left alone, have time, because I don't read fast, but I can follow with my Bible, and I love to have it read me, because I learned that on this thing here, this thing, you can put pause, stop, gives me time. I see a scripture, stop, study it, look what I want to see, walk down on my real Bible. I have a chair, a desk over here too, which is this way, and I look at it, and I then say next, and I push the button again, go, and it's really helped me. Number one, I'm blind in my one eye, but still I don't read really fast. So by being able to do that, it is excellent for me. So see, I did step into the 21st century a little bit. I don't know if I want to get past this because I pushed my limit. So the B system, you can see how easy it is because when you study Revelations, think about it. Poor John was writing down what they showed him, what God showed him. The angels took him to different places. He wrote it down to the best of his ability. I mean, if you've never seen an airplane, you've never seen helicopters, you've never seen jets, you've never seen all this different stuff that talks. How do you know? So he did a good job, except now as Christian people, we should be able to write it and see, oh my goodness, that's what he was talking about. Fire coming out of their tails, stingers coming out of the front. We pretty know what it is, but poor John, he didn't know what it was, but he explained to the best of his ability. So the beast system is here. It is upon us. Now the Antichrist hasn't come yet. Comes on a white horse. And remember, he comes with a bow, but he doesn't have a sheath of arrows because he comes to sign that Daniel 9:27, 26 and 7 peace deal. Look out, because when everybody falls in love with that guy, he Gotcha. He's going to mesmerize you. And we won't be here. I am so excited. Like Tom has said it, I've heard it from other pastors and other watchmen. We will not see or know who the Antichrist is. And what they're telling me, is it true if you don't believe that? I don't know. I believe it, but no matter what, I want to believe it. I don't want to see the Antichrist. I have not got the slightest interest in seeing that Antichrist. Because what he does to this world, not this country, this world, it scares the heck out of me. I mean, I'm glad I'm not going to be here. And I think that's one of the reasons I'm on this line. I don't want to see you here either, because it is very, very scary. And I don't want to see anybody have to go through that period. So, the horses come one at a time, but he's the first one to come toppling up here. And he convinces. Remember, peace and safety. Like Tom will tell you all the time. Peace and safety. They've talked about it a lot. I've heard it so many times in the last 4 or 5 years. Peace and safety. When they first signed the Abraham Accords, peace and safety. But when it really gets signed and those documents are filled out and all these countries sign it, I pray that not one person that listens to Bob Gary or Tom or any other watchman or any pastor that's not tickling your ear, I hope and pray that you are one of the ones that go up in the rapture. So I'm going to let you go because I'm going to get on a short time. I'm going to take 21 or 22 minutes. I love you guys. You have a great day. And remember this. This is the day that the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and we will be glad in him. Love you guys.